Hey Axolotls, I'm coming out with this real quick. We're going to do the bonus features and talk about what's coming next on the channel. Uh, Until Dawn, it was a great game. Supermassive Games, I thought did a wonderful job. It was their breakout hit. And then they're coming out with a new set called the Dark Pictures Anthologies. That's what we're going to start on next. Season 1, it's 4 games. Each one, at least the first one's about 4.5 hours. Man of Medan. We're going to play it first, so probably about 5 episodes. We'll see how it goes. But they're each their own confined stories, but they may use the same actors for the different games. I'm really excited about that, and I'd like to get it done because they got season 2, a new one coming out this year supposedly. So I'd like to get it all done, and I'd also like to get the Quarry done. That is more like a successor to this one, like a full-fledged longer game. I mean, the other ones are games too, obviously, but Corey's really good things about it, so I'm really looking forward to getting into it. But I want to go in order, so we're going to do this, hopefully get all that out to you, and then before the newest one comes out, because I like to record and play it and post it for you brand new as it comes out. So I'm looking forward to that, but let's go ahead and get into these bonus features. It looks pretty cool. The game was really cool. I liked a lot of the actors. We didn't reach our goal and everyone survived, which is a shame, but hopefully in the upcoming games we can either have that goal or we want them all to go. I mean, we'll see, I have a feeling my goal is always going to be see if I can keep everybody alive, because I assume that's the hardest, especially with these horror games, when they want to show off the cool scenes, the cool death scenes or different ways that people could go depending on your choices. So it seems to be the hardest, so that's kind of always the goal, but if it happens, it happens. At least we get to see some cool stuff, of what the creator's done. I'm really excited to start the new Dark Pictures anthology. I'll be going into it blind. All I know is very first one, Man of Medan, 5 main characters. It's its own confined story, even though it's season 1 for these 4 games. Each one's its own story. May use some of the same actors, and we're about to check the bonus features on how they brought the actors into the game, so it should be pretty exciting. So let's get into the bonus of Until Dawn. Now, there's nothing crazy here. I don't need to, put on any of the cool lights that y'all are used to seeing, right? I noticed in some of my episodes that I forgot to turn it on, or the battery died and I just didn't even notice it. But I got some exciting things for the next series. I noticed in my editing, I'm doing a whole lot of Until Dawn. That way I can time up the audio. Meet the cast.
I am Hayden Panettiere, and we are here at the studio recording Until Dawn.
My name is Rami Malik.
But I'm going to use the green screen, so my box, I don't have to move it around when I'm editing.
My name is Antonella Lentini, and I played Hannah and Beth.
My name is Jordan
So she
Fisher,
plays
and
both.
I play the character Matthew, Matt for short.
I'm Nicole Bloom, and I play Emily in the game.
My name is Noah Fleiss.
I am Galadriel Steinman,
cool.
and I play Ashley.
So Until Dawn is the story of 8 teenagers who revisit this cabin in the woods about a year later after a really traumatic experience where I've lost 2 of my sisters, so coming to kind of get some closure in that respect.
One of the things that Larry does really well is make these multi-layered characters, and I think for just the story in general, it follows the quintessential horror film plot lines, but the characters are so unique in themselves, and I think that's very cool.
Oh, yeah, this was the right thing to do.
What?
So it's
You
pretty
know,
cool.
getting everyone together on the anniversary. I mean, Josh seemed really pumped about us all doing something, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he definitely did. I haven't seen him so excited about something in forever.
Good, good. Sam and I have
Try to get you alive,
things in common,
Sam.
such as being huge lovers of animals, and she's a huge animal lover. She's vegan. She
So you have a
she is a
character,
pacifist. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna go as far as saying that I'm a pacifist, but she's spunky and cool. I know that she, I think, is made fun of a little bit by the rest of them who think that her morals and her beliefs in that area are a little ridiculous, and they don't agree with them. But
I don't know
she
if I
doesn't
witnessed
care.
this
It
in the
doesn't
game.
stop her from being herself.
I get that's the character, but
That's something
that she probably
I hope
read,
I have
but
in common with her.
must have been choices we didn't make to see that.
Definitely can be depressed at some times and a bit of a loner, but he takes some solace in one of his sister's friends, Sam, played by Hayden Panettiere, and invites everybody back to the same house the next year to kind of find some closure.
Jessica she has a whole lot of personality. She is definitely the sort of mean girl character that, at school she knows she's pretty, she knows that boys like her, and she's gonna use it to her advantage.
He's got a big heart, and you can tell that that's very evident, especially how he treats his girlfriend, Emily, and, he's kind of a meathead, but in the best way possible.
She
I didn't
knows
get the
what
whole
she
meathead
wants, and
vibe, but
she
maybe it's the
manages
choices.
to get that from whomever it is, whether it be Matt or Mike. She's really driven, and I can definitely relate to that.
My character is Chris, and he is what society might consider the nerd of the group, and he kind of embraces it.
Ashley she's a little more serious than some of the other girls. She's definitely very intelligent and thoughtful. She kind of looks at the whole big picture of things. She's not quite as geeky as Chris, but they connect in a lot of ways.
Mike is like a guy on campus.
I don't know if they
He's,
really put that love
the
story
class
together
president who has
as well as they
charm,
could
who
have.
has brain, and I don't know. People seem to like Mike. He gets away with a lot, though. He can be kind of.
People like Mike? I don't know. I didn't like him at the beginning. I liked him at the end, but
And he wants for he's a people pleaser, and it's I can definitely attest to being, that guy. I'm always the friend that wants everybody to be happy and wants everybody to be taken care of.
now with Matt, I did play that character that way.
But also, this character is just so fun. I rarely get to play the bitch, and so it was really fun to
I
do
bet
that.
it was.
The spirit of
And
things, seriously,
I did not
what's wrong
like
with
you, but yet you survived
Like
somehow.
the mood, Em. Don't be like that.
Like what?
The way you're being, you always get like this.
I just think this is just the coolest thing to be a part of, and I just think it's going to take the world by storm. I really do. I think this genre is the wave of the future. And
I don't know about
think
that, but it is cool and it's fun.
Once people see the potential behind it, of getting to interact with the drama that you're witnessing unfold in such a realistic way, that this is how entertainment's going to be from now on.
I don't know about all that, but it is interesting, you are not only in the movie, you're determining the outcomes for these people. So it's pretty cool. Let's go to another one. Making a scene. Select.
Hi, this is Lee Robinson, production designer on Until Dawn. The production design for Until Dawn started with the great teen horror script that sets the characters in a Canadian winter
I'll be
mountain
curious
lodge,
to see-
being a contemporary setting with visual clues derived from classic films of that genre, such as Hitchcock's Psycho and Stanley Kubrick's Shining.
I'd be curious to see if he's the same.
The storyboards are vital to the production design
On the
as it
future
allows the
games.
designer to understand the scale of the environments to be
in the same
made
company.
and the detail that would be seen to create the atmosphere of a horror. This took us into concepts that took these storyboards further, visualizing the world through the color palette, the lighting, tone, and the mood, and developing key locations such as the lodge, the cable car stations, the forests themselves, the wilderness. As you can see,
cool.
the environments and atmospheres changed quite a bit from warm and inviting to cold and threatening. The Millionaire's Mountain Lodge was a key example. It was designed to be made from nearby stone and timber, embedding it into the landscape, with a contrasting and contemporary interior needing to be opulent and extravagant. We created dark and claustrophobic corridors with ominous and large open spaces, almost cathedral-like in size, and with huge structures to silhouette and dwarf the characters within, providing a
was pretty
labyrinth
big.
to explore and wander.
Definitely was a labyrinth, especially when there's like some magic basement.
Each character was developed with a strong visual identity in mind, with contrasting colours, tones and silhouettes to identify them, each to have their own texture, pattern and shape, so that when they were lined up you could always identify them. The costume designs
I did learn our
allowed
names
a
pretty
range
quick.
of
It did
clothes
take me an
that would
episode
suit
or
them
two,
for the
but-
cold winter weather, but also have an element of style and individualism, so that the audience could look at them and relate, recognizing themselves within them.
I don't know if
A
I did
lady
any of
would
that
like
with
to
any
cuddle
of
up
them, but
with her man by a nice cozy fire bathed in atmospheric mood lighting.
Right. It'll get plenty toasty once we're rubbing up against each other.
Mike,
yeah. See, I was worried from the get-go with that guidance totem.
Yes.
With
Working
fire,
with the lighting artists,
you
who
know,
really brought the look
somebody
and feel
got
of the world
fired, so
together.
I was worried
This
about that.
required
Probably
a thorough
throughout the
understanding
whole
of the visual
thing, and
language of
nobody
teen
got
horror.
fired.
A key
So
scene
it's
was where all the
like,
characters
yeah.
emerge out of the rear of the lodge
guess I was
chasing
worried
Hannah,
about it.
a contrast of
Survived it.
evidence straight away from the exterior wilderness to the warmth of the lodge. The attention to character lighting here is through the bounce and rim lighting, accented colours and composition, creating characters
Okay,
that come from the
showing how
dark
it-
into the light and back again with an emotional effect.
guys,
There's
there's
Beth.
someone outside.
So she plays both Beth and
hell?
Hannah.
Hannah!
What's going on? Where's my sister going?
It's fine. She just can't take a joke.
It was just a prank, Han.
I got so tired of that. It's just a prank, kid. Oh man, that thing bugged me. All right, let's go. The Science of Fear. Select. Let's see if this is any good here.
Until Dawn is a game that's full of horror, and one of the things we decided to do early on was to take a scientific approach to how scary it was. So we did experiments on people, and we
That's
measured
awesome.
their responses to the game. We've created a test area. It's as close to a home setup as we can get it. We've recruited ordinary people to play the game, and we've left them to play it on their own.
You're turning the light off.
Oh, this is cool. This will be fun. Testing it out. Oh, they're testing their heartbeat.
The only difference is it's rigged with cameras and microphones that relay the data through to the next room where people are watching them play. Bracelet here we use for biometric testing. It measures the
That's
player's
cool.
emotional response. It's called a
I
galvanic
had some jump
response
scares. There's a
sensor.
couple
It makes contact
episodes
with the user's
that-
skin, and it measures the electrical conductivity.
There's a
across
couple
the skin. It's the
episodes
same
that,
principle as an old-fashioned lie detector. When you're stressed, you're
I don't know
sweating,
if I got
it's very
jump scared at
sensitive.
all.
It picks up tiny changes if the player's feeling anxious or scared. That data's fed back to a testing team.
Like he don't know what to choose here. Oh, he picked the dropper. Oh, she dropped anyway. Okay. Oh, but look at that! Look at that guy's heartbeat bars. I like seeing this because it's like, hey,
There's no point
because
testing
if
one or two
it
people.
was
you have
me
to
and
test
my
on lots of
sister, I'm hanging on like,
when we have a scare that's
if I can't
consistent,
lift her
has a
up,
measurable emotional
I'm not just going to
response from
drop
the
her.
user.
Like we just going to
If it
go
didn't
down
have
together,
that, it
see
goes
what
back to the team
happens.
for improvement. The data
that
doesn't
guy-
tell us
that guy
what's wrong
dropped
with the
her.
scare, it only tells us if it's working or
And
not.
it didn't matter because Beth dropped too.
Okay, so you hear that too, right?
Josh.
See, it's fun
We
to
have a
watch see
chapter
people play.
relatively early in the game.
That's what I needed, some kind of heartbeat thing. I don't know if I can actually record and regulate that
to
as I
create
play.
tension and anxiety in the
as I move
player
on to the
so
next
they
series.
are ready to receive the scare.
That was cool. Oh, he's like covering his eyes already. Oh, he jumped. Oh, I love that. She's sitting sideways. Oh yeah, she's freaking out. Look, you see that spike? That is fun. That's fun. Now I don't remember, but I don't think when that happened, I don't think I got jump
cool down,
scared.
to calm down, and then start building the tension again.
I don't know what
before we do
scares
the
me.
next scare.
I don't know.
What?
Hey!
What the hell?
Ooh, you just got munked.
Monked? Oh, because you're in a monk outfit? Yeah.
Yeah, I have such an adrenaline high from that game.
There's two things we found. One is we could look at the scares,
Sounds
analyse
fun,
if our
but
expected
I
scares
don't
are
think
working
that-
effectively. Were people
working effectively?
shrieking and
I
covering
don't
their
know.
hands, or were they getting an
For me,
emotional
that-
response?
I don't
And
know
being
if I jump
scientific
scared. I'd
about
have
it
to go
means that
back
we
and look at
strip
the
out people's
videos.
opinions about whether things are working or not. We've got data, and we look at the data. If it's working, we're happy with it.
Really scary.
Bit scared
'Cause I ain't-
wanting to get away.
There's a bunch of stuff that I think
scared to play on
you
my
know,
own,
you're
but
supposed to get jump scared
yeah,
at,
with the lights on,
but
yeah, with some other people as well. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I guess I'm
Because I was
just
scared
too
to get out, I would play
desensitized
something.
because I like to watch a
And
lot
the
of horror
lights on.
movies.
It was one of
It's
the
almost like
scariest
you know
games
it's
I've
coming.
Played in a long while.
It's almost like you know it's coming. You know, a lot of jump scares, and a bunch of different horror movies, and then you got those really awful horror movies. I mean, they're considered good just because they're different, but they're not, you know, very. They're not scary. They just have to do really messed up stuff to get an emotional reaction out of you. That's where horror has gone to. At this point, it needs to be like fun horror, because, you know, what can they do to make it different? All right, the score. Select. So this is the music. Music was good. The music, I think, actually got me at some of the jump scares. Like when it zoomed in on Hannah on the projector. See, it's creepy, but I think it's beautiful.
My name is Jason
Yeah,
Graves,
I
and
really
I'm
like
the
that.
composer for Until Dawn.
I wonder if he came back for like the future games and stuff that they did years later.
I've been involved with Until Dawn for about a year now. Originally, I was contacted by Barney Pratt, the audio director. I think that had something to do with my lineage of horror games, and hopefully not the fact that my last name is Graves, although a lot of people seem to associate my name with scary music.
Hey, perfect last name, bro.
One of the things that was really exciting about working with Barney and the team at Supermassive is they really wanted something unique for the music. They wanted the music to stand out and be a character.
Music is
on its
hugely
own in the
important
game.
for video games. Every game. Doesn't have to be like a cinematic game. Like just even a top-down scroller or something.
When I'm first starting,
It's got to be something that's like subtle in the background that you don't mind hearing over and over.
I always end up
Or like
going
the
to
intro
the main
music to your first-person shooters
Sometimes
or
the
whatever.
developer or producer isn't even necessarily interested in the main
It's
theme
all
at
gotta
the
be
beginning. I just want to
perfect.
do it for myself.
Otherwise,
Because for
you'll
me,
get
the main
so
theme
tired of
is
hearing
the
that
identity
music.
of the game. It establishes the mood, the atmosphere,
It's something you play
and
for a whole
the
year.
character
Now, this
of
is
the
just
music
a
and how it's going to
start
be playing
in game,
in the
so
background.
it's
And that's what we did with Until Dawn. That was actually my demo pitch to Supermassive Games. I put a main theme together, recorded all the instruments at my studio, and sent it to them. And they liked it. We actually ended
Obviously.
up recording that exact theme, all the instruments and everything, live here at Ocean Way, probably 9 months ago. And that's what we've been using in all the demos for the game, and that's the final version of the theme that is the main theme that you'll hear on the menus and in some key pieces of gameplay.
Music was good. You know how the music is good? That you don't even mention it. I didn't mention music at all through this playthrough. I might start trying to pay a little more attention to it,
I
but
seem to have made a name for myself in horror.
that's how you know it's
And
good.
there's something about scary music.
Is
I
when
think it's
you
maybe
don't
the lack
even
of
notice
rules.
it.
The biggest rule
'Cause when you
in
notice
scary
it,
music
that
is there
means
are
it's
no
like
rules, so you can do anything you want, and
in your head,
actually,
and then it
if
can
you end
get
up doing things
old
that
and stale,
don't
and
feel like they would
you
work
know
out
you
together,
don't want to hear it.
kind of clash, and it
But
ends up
because
being
this is a
even more
cinematic
effective
game,
for
it constantly
scary music.
changing and everything.
So that's what
we don't stick
really
on
drew
the
me
title
to
screen or
Until
theme
Dawn
very
was
long.
the
We just go to
textures,
resume game
plus
and
writing
continue.
thematic material that is interwoven with the scary textures. I haven't really done anything like that before. Usually it was just all
Well, you did a
tension
good job
all the time.
as
and
far as
that's
like
fun,
you know
and it's
matching
great.
with what's
But
going on in the
I'm
game.
actually
That's
at
what you
heart
got to
a
do.
very melodic composer. That's the kind of music I love listening to, and that's the kind of music I love writing. That's the kind of music I got to work on in Until Dawn.
Very nice. Same thing.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. From Stage to Screen Part 1. Select.
My name is Will Biles, Executive Creative Director of Until Dawn. The first part of getting a believable facial performance in-game is to capture, topographically, the actor's range of emotional expressions as separate.
That's hard to do in the animation. Especially back in 15 when this game came out.
Merged, effectively creating a model that can recreate every facial movement that the actor makes.
Because there was times that like Emily should have been scared, but
the topography has been
it was like
recorded,
smiling.
actor's
But that
performance
could have been
itself can
a
be captured
animation
by using a
error.
predetermined set of marker points drawn precisely on the
Obviously.
face and a high-def helmet.
It's
cam
like she's all
wirelessly
stressed out,
linked
but she's
to capture devices.
She's all stressed out, but she's
The camera is
smiling.
the small box where it looks like
So,
the microphone should be.
you know, some of those I didn't mention it in the game.
It records in high def
while I was
the
playing,
movement of the dots
but
throughout the performance.
if you
that
go back
drive
and
the
watch,
expressions captured earlier.
you'll notice that.
Unlike other systems, this form of capture is far less lossy because there are fewer interpretations between performance captured and performance rendered finally in game.
Yeah, he just
The
spoke
audio
on it.
is also recorded via two separate lavalier mics attached to the helmet. It takes a while for the
Emotions
actors
is
to
good,
acclimatise
but
to carrying around the recording
sometimes
devices
the
and
emotions
helmet
in there
cams,
was just
but very
not-
soon the shoot becomes similar to any other effects shoot.
I noticed it definitely with M. Like when she was on the side,
Actors
it's
in
almost
these
like she was
scenes are only
smiling when
recording
everyone was
facial
like freaking
animation,
out about something.
but use cursory body movements for pacing.
Wait, and maybe we should all stick together and find everybody and make sure they're all okay, so...
1-1, the year before the prank. Take 2, Mark.
Other than the other actors, they have to use their imagination for everything and everywhere that they are supposed to be seeing and feeling.
This would be cool if you're an actor
A
in
hot
this.
midday studio in Los Angeles.
You know, you're
to a
still
freezing
acting.
midnight
I
mountain
mean, you
in
gotta,
British Columbia.
you gotta really, you know, you have to sell it. So it makes it a lot more. It makes it easier on the animators to like really put that in. All right, from Stage to Screen Part 2, select. Make it easier for the people animating and rendering it all to like
Because Until Dawn
really
has
put
a
your
dynamic,
acting
ever-changing
on
story,
display.
the facial performances and the body performances are recorded separately.
I thought
with
it was
different
great.
systems.
There's been other, I mean, obviously choice-based games
With the body
back at
capture,
PC.
we use reflective bead suits and an infrared camera matrix system that drives the CG bone hierarchies in our character
And then you
models.
had The Walking Dead from Telltale Games, which is good. But they use comic book graphics, so you really just needed voice actors. And the animators create everything. This, they actually need the real
most of which
people
was
to do
recorded at
this stuff.
studios in Pinewood and Shepperton, near London.
Hannah.
I mean, they could have picked different voice actors.
Combining all the elements seamlessly in the final
And just
game
did the
becomes a
face,
formidable
had somebody
editing
else do
and
the
logistical
movements,
task.
but-
Every variation, both physical and emotional, must be combined in these multi-edits. Scaffolding props have to stand in for the sets, because the hundreds of infrared cameras have to be able to see all of the reflective beads on the actor.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. Select.
America's Northwoods border region. Within this land of 10,000 lakes and
Copyright
miles of dense
N2
timber,
Pictures Archives.
a hideous creature is believed to lurk.
The North Woods is probably one of the last frontiers in America. There's still a lot of places in this area that hasn't been set foot by man.
This is where they did the
Monsters and
setting.
mysteries exist here because it is remote.
Up in the
There's
North
Wendigos in West
Woods,
Virginia,
winters are
supposedly.
long.
According to
In
Fallout.
times of biting cold and isolation, a devouring monster is believed to come forth. It's terrorized native people for generations.
Growing up, I was told, like, don't go outside, the Wendigo will get you.
Scary stories parents tell their children to make sure they're
Among
not
the
running
traditions
around
of the
dark
northern
and injuring
Algonquin
themselves.
tribes is the Wendigo, a monster that can seize hold of a person to carry out its hunger for human flesh.
Many Native Americans fear even talking about this Wendigo.
Could have been in the
And
history
even the
that
mention
some
of the
other
name
tribe
will let the Wendigo
were
find out
cannibals,
where you are, and it
that's
will
how the
open
legend
you up
started
to be possessed by
a
this
long time
Wendigo.
ago.
The most famous case of a Wendigo possession took place in 1879. In the deep woods outside of Edmonton, Alberta. Swift Runner, a Cree Indian, was a trapper and a guide. He had left town the previous autumn with his wife, 6 children, and his mother. But when
I
Swift
may
Runner
have to edit
returned
this
in
whole
spring,
section out
he was alone.
because they even stuck
Swift
a little
Runner
copyright.
came into a nearby village telling this heartbreaking tale.
I had to watch them starve to death.
Of his family being killed by starvation, and that he was the only survivor.
My whole family gone.
It wasn't hard to understand a family falling victim to a brutal winter.
To even not.
Yet something was suspicious about Swift Runner.
He did.
He was a strapping man, and he came into town weighing over 200 pounds. It didn't look like somebody who
After
had just
winter.
weathered a terrible winter. He wasn't malnourished.
Did I just call
didn't
that?
look like he was starving. He looked healthier than ever.
So he ate him?
After a few nights, it became clear that something was wrong.
He started having night terrors, screaming in his sleep.
Yes,
I am the Wendigo.
Villagers alerted the police.
Swift Runner actually guided them back to his winter cabin.
To eat them.
When they got there, that's when they saw the true horror. Human skulls were scattered around. Many bones, some of which had been
Is he a
snapped in
Wendigo
half
or is he a
and the marrow
psychopath?
inside
Which
had
they
been
didn't know what
drained.
that was
They had
back
never
in
seen
1879.
anything like it. Swift Runner had killed his entire family, shooting
there it
them,
is.
hitting them with an axe, strangling, and then eating most of their bodies.
To survive. He'll blame it as being a Wendigo.
Right up until the moment the noose was on his neck, Swift Runner swore the evil spirit of the Wendigo had possessed him and twisted him into a cannibal killer.
But then at
He
nighttime
was
or
on the
whatever,
gallows.
then
Swift
he
Runner
would.
himself said, "I am no longer a man."
Wouldn't his skin be impenetrable and all that? I may have to cut that. I don't know. All right. Bring it to life. Select. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you being with me.
Just move over there. Go on, move. Let me say what I came to say.
This has been a fun
I'm
game.
here to tell
I'm
you
excited to get into something brand new to me.
you should never have returned. I don't know why you did after what happened last year.
You mean with Hannah and Beth?
Yeah, how could you know without being involved? I don't take kindly to you kids
Be
coming up
involved.
here
We're
to
trying to
my
save him.
mountain.
Your mountain.
The mountain don't belong to me, it's true. But it don't belong to the Washingtons. This mountain belongs to the Wendigo.
The Wendigo lore is
Hi, this is
pretty
Lee Robinson,
interesting, but
production designer at Supermassive Games.
yeah, the creature was
Understanding the
awesome
ancient myths
looking.
of the Wendigo was key for their development that helped the visual look. Through sketches and concepts, these elements were visualized,
that.
such as eyes
That
being
looks
milky,
so
almost
good.
dead, with loss of lips and eyelids due to frostbite, fangs growing and arms and legs getting longer, with skin hardening and thickening to look snarling and menacing, yet withered and lean.
Such a great design. That is an awesome looking creature. Surprised they don't create a movie with this type
Fingers
of lore.
and toenails extending like claws, allowing them to climb effortlessly. We made them look gaunt and weathered, and having ragged remains of clothes they wore,
great
bloodstained
design.
and rotten, with patches of hair still remaining. They retained strong skeletal limbs, which enable them to be agile and quick through the environment.
They are very fast. Like,
Where are you?
wasn't for the slow motion to give you time to
My
like
name's
shoot
Jamie
or
Galko,
not shoot.
animation
I
director.
could have
at
shot a bunch
Supermassive.
of them, but I didn't.
fucking battery.
See, I didn't do that.
The overall direction on
When
the
I
creature was to be very strong, to be
I was trying to
extremely
not
fast.
kill him.
We wanted a spider-like movement to the creature.
And then,
1
because
minute
it said not to kill
scampering,
him.
to leaping, and then crawling. Almost instantaneous.
I wonder if. See, I didn't do that either. I wonder if
And
they.
finally, we wanted the creature to have this real, uncontrollable thirst for flesh.
See, that never happened. I was able to escape all of it.
From a sound design perspective, the Wendigo is a
It's
real
cool to
challenge.
see, like,
For the main
different
vocalizations of the
situations.
Wendigo, we used our own vocalizations, various different animals from the exotic to the farmyard, various plugins and processes to gel these sounds together and keep a human resonance behind that voice, telling the backstory of the Wendigo.
Now, it said not to kill him or spirit runs free. I wonder if
During
they
the
did
chase
that in case
sequences,
they were
the
going to like
anger
maybe
of the
playing
Wendigo is felt
Until
by
Dawn sequel
encircling
where the
breaths,
spirits
screams
go.
and screeches that essentially chase you as you're being chased by the Wendigo.
Are they both alive? Matt and Jess are together?
We would
Okay,
layer
so
them
you
up
can
in a
save 'em.
multitude of layers, sometimes 15, 20 sounds playing at the same time. To
Look,
build
they're
up
both
the
together.
vocalizations for
Jess
this
is still
fearsome
alive
creature,
after she
which
got
is
grabbed.
always in attack mode, hyperactive, and chasing you throughout the game.
So when you're Mike, you have to jump on the ledge instead of shimmy, and then she's still alive. But hey everyone, just real quick, I noticed when I was editing the bonus episode, I forgot my favorite part, which is talking about the story, the 1,000 pages. So that's what we're going to click on today to add into that 1,000 pages. Select.
Hi, Larry. Hey, Graham.
Because this probably would be my favorite part of it. So
Hi,
that's
my
why
name
the
is
setup's
Trevor.
different and
I'm a
everything.
filmmaker, writer, director, sound designer.
I wanna hear about the writing.
I started working with Larry Fessenden about 10, 15 years ago through my friend Ty West, who I grew up with, and have done a lot of sound design with on his films. And he was producing Ty's films at the time, and Ty introduced me to Larry. Larry produced my first feature, and we've written together on several projects.
My name is Larry Fessenden. I'm a filmmaker. I run Glass Eye Pix, which is an independent production company out of New York. We make indie movies, a lot of scary movies as well. I got a call to audition to write this video game. And I called my pal Graham Resnick because Graham is a gamer. And while I thought I could offer something to the idea of writing this multi-branching story, I knew that I would want Graham's expertise as a lover of gameplay, since I guess games were started. So
And just as a lover.
And as a lover, yes.
As-
Which is why there's so many sex jokes in the game.
There was one Italian website that did say the Larry
that's
Fessenden
right.
and Graham Resnick, the two lovers behind Until Dawn.
Come here. Maybe I know how to handle you too.
I am definitely ready to be handled.
So I wanted Graham by my
I don't
side.
remember that part from the game.
Yeah, and we got the gig, and it's been an amazing ride.
Oh my god, she's taking her shirt off. What? Oh my god. Matt, what are you doing here?
Hannah.
I'm sorry, Hannah. It's all
She
got-
saw that. She saw
So
that
in the
Sam
game,
had nothing to do with it.
The basic setup is that a year prior to the game's start, all these kids had gone up to a ski lodge that was owned by the parents of one of the kids, or a couple of the kids, and some of the teenagers played a prank on some of the other teenagers, and a terrible tragedy occurred when a few of them, two sisters, ran out into a blizzard, and were never seen from again.
I wonder if it's possible to find that phone that went missing. I don't remember if we found it in our
Now, a year
episode,
later, this is kind of torn apart, this group of friends. They've gone through some trials and tribulations in the past year. The brother of the two girls has had a lot of psychological issues, and to kind of help him cope and help them all get over it, they all returned to the lodge a year later, back up on the mountain. And The idea is to get over it, but
the healing does not begin.
yeah, and these kids are all trying to find themselves. They've been through a trauma, but in general, they're just teenagers trying to figure out who they are. So they're all kind of falling into the patterns, the stereotypes, the characters.
The horror stereotypes. We're familiar with
I
those.
think we were very interested in.
I was hoping they'd talk about how it branches.
Taking genre tropes and kind of making them sort of refresh them.
Yeah, the whole looking through the window, yeah.
Hey, did you see that? Dad said it'd just be us this weekend.
We're familiar with how slasher movies work. Most people have seen some horror movies, and we have established notions and preconceptions about the roles of the players in horror movies and how they talk and how they get killed and how they have sex. And to bring you into the game that way and then subvert a lot of those expectations was kind of our goal.
They're haunted by some incident that happened in their past, which I think you pretty much figure out that that's going to have a role in their interaction. Yeah, so I think what was fun was we take some sort of stock characters and we try to give them some shape, but at least at the beginning they're recognizable in the way of groups of friends. There's the jock and the bitchy girl and the rivalries between everyone. And
oh my gosh, and really fun characters too. We just had so much fun living in the minds of these characters through writing the script.
What do you think?
Jesus!
Not a jump scare.
fun.
Wouldn't that be funny if the bonus episode had a jump scare, slow motion that was stuck in there?
Also that you absolutely have with friends and sort of those inside jokes. And of course, as writers and as friends ourselves, we sort of developed little tracks and we try to give the characters that kind of vibe.
Well, thank you everybody for watching the bonus features. This is the end of Until Dawn series. We are going to stick with Supermassive Games. We're going to jump into the Dark Pictures anthology. We're going to season 1. We're going to start with the first game of this season 1. Each one's their own individual story, and it's confined, but they may use the same actors for the different stories. That's why they call it an anthology. But they're each their own confined. It won't be as many episodes as this game because, from what I understand, it's about 4.5 hours long. But it is choice-based interactive drama like this one. So depending on your choices, if you want to keep playing it through, you probably get like 15 hours out of it. But we're just going to do it once, and I'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you being with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in a couple days with Man of Medan. We'll see how it's pronounced. Medan, I think. I said it right before, but I can't remember. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you then. Take care, everyone.